Ladies and gentlemen, we're back at it again. This is where the car quit. Just after we did the power steering redo, he went to drive it and it locked up on him. So we're doing a key relearn today, everybody. We got our laptop, we got our scan tool down there, and we got our cords. So let's get started. Okay, so to do this repair, there's two different methods. Method number one is the way we're going to go first. Put your key in the ignition switch and leave it on for 10 minutes. I got my battery charger. I'll show you here. Got our battery charger hooked up. Running through the door there. 14.54 coming off the charger, so I know we've got plenty of voltage going through our battery. You want to make sure your battery don't go dead when you do this. Okay. Now this car is unique because it did not give me a security light. Let's look at our keys real quick. Our keys have a plus on them. Okay, so if our keys have a plus on them, which they do, we have to turn the key to the run position and then let it rest back. No accessories on. So I'm going to show you, we have a no start. There's our security light down there in the bottom corner. It came on there for a minute. See, nothing. Okay. So let's make sure that we have everything turned off to where we have no draw on the battery. Alright, we're going to go ahead and we'll pull our key back. We're going to turn our wheel so we can see our light. Alright, I got a timer in my pocket that I got to set for 10 minutes when we get started here. So I got my timer set for 10 minutes. I haven't started it yet. Since this has a plus on the key, we have to turn it to the run position and then let it rest for 10 minutes. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to turn the key to the run position, let it go back. So we're about 7 minutes left. Got to check our voltage on our screen because we were having some voltage issues. We're on about 14.6, which is about max voltage. You don't want to keep an eye on the system. So what we'll do is if the voltage gets too high, we'll turn off the charger and we'll just monitor the voltage. But you got to let it run for 10 minutes. If it doesn't do it the first time, you got 2 more times. Usually by the 3rd time it works. So total process, you're looking at 30 minutes if you have to do the whole thing. Some cars only do for 10 minutes, but there's some that will do all 30 minutes. So you just gotta keep your voltage up around 12.5 or 14 in this case, since the car is happy at 14.3. And right there towards the end, we'll look and see if our security light flashes. If our security light flashes, that usually means it's a good thing. And we can go ahead and turn the key off and try to start it. Now if you're sitting in the car, you might hear some noises like some clicking and stuff. That's just your HVAC system. All the motors are just moving around. Not too bad. Nothing to worry about. So we got about 5.5 minutes left, so I'll bring you back here in a little bit and we'll see if the 10-minute fix works. If it don't, then I got my laptop right there. We'll fire it up and see if we have to program it the hard way. Got about 20 seconds left. So we're going to let our 20 seconds run down. The next part we're going to do, we're going to turn the key off and then turn the key back on and see if it'll start. Here goes our countdown. Alright, we're going to go ahead and stop our timer. Alright, so we're going to turn the key off and back on, and we're going to watch to see if our security light comes on. Turn the key off, back on, wait for the light to go out. No start. Okay, so we're going to turn the key back off, turn it back on, try it again. Nothing. All right, So now we're going to hook our scan tool up before we do the 30-minute thing. We're going to hook our scan tool up and or our laptop, and we're going to see if it shows us the 0513 in there, and then we're going to attempt to reset it using the computer, our laptop. So I'll get that set up and I'll be right back. I just realized I did that whole operation and I was not recording. So I'll tell you what I did. I found the code 0513 theft deterrent key. It had passed on this ignition cycle, and so I cleared the code. So now I'm going to attempt to start the engine. And we got nothing. Okay, so we're going to do a restart. Okay, now we've got a waiting code. Now it says waiting, present. If it still says 0 DTC, then we're going to turn the key off and try to start it. Okay, so we're going to turn the key off. About 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Go back on. No start. Okay, let's see if it picked up a code. Okay, shows the ECM is present. No codes. Let's go back to diagnostic status. Let's back out of here real quick. Let's go to specific DTC. Waiting for data. Alright, we're going to type in 0513 symptom 00, and we're going to go up here and we're going to hit enter. Okay, symptom's going to be 00. We're going to hit enter. Alright, theft deterrent key incorrect. Last test passed. This ignition passed. Sense clear passed. So theoretically what that means is we should be able to start this car. So being that we are unable to start this car, let me check some stuff and I'll be right back. Alright, catch up speed on what we're doing here. I just spent the past little while trying to go through SPS2 to relearn the module for the theft deterrent device, and now my nano don't want to work. Okay. There we go. There, now we're working. Trying to load our Tech 2 because I want to see if we're getting a comm to the radio, because I think the amp is built into the radio. If we're getting comm for the radio, then that means our amp should be working unless the amp part of the radio burned out. If the amp part of the radio burned out, that's why we can't start the car, because the amp is part of the anti-theft system, and it will not let us reset the anti-theft system if the amp is bad. I know that makes no sense to anybody, but GM, this is what they do. They are so dead set on you keeping your radio, they will kill your whole car just to save you the aggravation of driving around with no tunage. So we're loading our BCM up so we can look at the radio. Okay, yeah, he doesn't have OnStar, so that's fine. He doesn't have OnStar. Alright, so we gotta go down here to radio. going to check our radio. We're going to go for DTCs. This will tell us if it's present, which all I have to do is push the button, but I'm not getting copyright strike because of it. So it says waiting, present, so it's detecting the radio. No codes in the radio. Okay. So we know we're getting radio. Radio is here. Alright. So let's go back to powertrain. Engine control module. We'll go for DTCs. DTC display. See if our 513 comes back. If it don't come back, alright, so we're doing a present, it's doing a test for DTCs. We have no DTCs. We can hit view all DTCs and it'll say no DTCs present. Okay, so this is what we got. I think we can go into special functions and we can see if we can get the car to crank. Alright, let's do output control. Let's go here. Command is status none. We're doing something called RVS. I'm not sure what that is, but it's going to tell us what's going on. RVS disable one history mill on. None. Ignition signal 12.5 volts. Ignition accessory sign on, comma on. Feedback 12.5. Ignition relay circuit incomplete. Crank sequence signal no. Alright, now let's look at that signal request right there. I'm going to turn the key. Okay, so our key's working. See that? Our immobilizer's been reset. Start a relay command. No. Okay, so we have no starter relay. Alright, relay circuit S incomplete. It is park neutral park switch. It's showing it's in gear. That's weird. That's why it's not starting. The computer's recognizing it's in gear, but it's not in gear. So, all right, I think I have a direction now. All right, it says it's in gear, but we got to have it in park. So the car is in park. See, the car is in park. So let's pull this. Let me see if I can get this panel to come up. Very carefully, of course, because there's a reset, there's a push button down in here we can use. Let me get this cover off and I'll be right back. I got our console cover off. That thing was a bear too. There's a button down here on the side that when this thing's in like reverse, I don't know if it'll pop up, but we'll put it up in park. You'll see a little button down here. See that little button? Zoom in on it. Little metal button down here. You want to push that button, get it out of park. So we're loading up our Tech 2 again because I had to turn it off because my laptop was dying. So we're going to go into the RVS like we did before in the engine control module. So we're going to go back into diagnostics. Go down here, 2007. Passenger car, Cadillac, K, powertrain, engine control module. We're going to go down to, I believe it's data display. Go down here. Oh, let's look at electrical and theft data while we're here, since that's a good place to start. We got our charger turned back on, so we're not going to run our battery dead. So we got everything charging now. Alright, so see. Let's go ahead and minimize this screen real quick. Alright, so ignition voltage 4.4, accessories on, comma on, feedback, relay circuit incomplete, RBS request signal off, starter relay command off, crank request is on, so we know we're getting power to our starter. Now it says we're in gear. We are clearly not in gear. We are in park. So let's see what happens. We're going to push our button down here. We're going to move our gear selector into reverse. Alright, we're going to keep going until it shows that we are no longer in gear. Alright, so our park neutral power switch, or PNP switch, is apparently bad because I'm running it through the gears. You can hear it clicking in the background, and it says it's in gear. That's why it's not allowing the signal to go. The brake pedal sense circuit control says, the parking brake control says it's released. I set the parking brake, I'm on the parking brake, and it says it's applied. I turn off the brake, I'll turn on the parking brake. Alright, we'll go ahead and we'll roll that up, and then we'll cycle the parking brake. Of course, that's not going to do anything. Alright, this is our signal. Alright, so we're going to set that like that. L terminal command 0%, L terminal circuit incomplete, F terminal circuit 0. That's because the car's not running. Okay, ECT sensor says it's 50 degrees outside, which it is. Okay, engine speed 0, vehicle speed sensor 0. Mill requested by DTC, no. Standby, ECM source normal, ECM challenge status invalid. So let's see what happens if we turn the key off, turn the key back on. Oh, we had a valid there for a minute. You saw it right there. Now it's showing post release. We got it on accessory. It's on standby mode. Now we had a valid invalid. So that means that the system has checked the key. The key is good. Alright, authentication status valid. Now it's showing unknown. Take the key and turn it off. Now I turn the key back on. Now it shows valid. Okay, so we're getting a valid signal to our key. Password learn enabled, no. Security code accepted, no. Security code programmed, no. Lockout is inactive, which means the security code lockout is not turned on. The security info is programmed. Okay, so we are doing good there. There's our auto learn timer. Auto learn counter. Mill is on. History, none, 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 none. Okay, 14.8 volts ignitions. Accessory signal on. Okay. Okay, crank request signal, no. We hit our key, that turns to yes. Okay. And then our car goes ding, ding, ding. So we got to fix our park neutral switch. So now I got to locate where that's at and see what we got to do to fix it. Because as long as it shows it's in gear, it will not start. It's a safety feature. There is a possibility I could unhook the wire from it and jumper it. Okay, where'd our Tech 2 go? That was weird. Alright, well, Tech 2 went away for a minute, so let's talk more about this real quick, and then we're going to wrap this up, because I think I know what I got to do now. Alright, so the park neutral switch. I understand these are a common failure on these cars. So we got our key functioning. Okay, so our key does work. It's giving the command to the starter for it to do something, but the starter's locked out because of the neutral safety switch. So the next step here is locating the neutral safety switch and replacing it. So that'll be the next episode. So I realize this one was all over the place, and I'm sorry about that. Whenever I do a technology type video, it kind of goes sideways on me at times. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up, and we'll see you on the next one.